Hey everyone, Pete Werner here with your Dizz Daily Fix for Monday, April 17th, 2017. Here is what's happening today. Now, I'm going to have to look at my notes quite a bit during this because a lot of these stories have a lot of moving parts, so there's only so much I can memorize without a prompter. But before I get to the news stories, I just want to remind everybody about the 20th anniversary celebration for the Dizz coming up the week of May 29th through June 2nd. We're going to be doing a whole series of events in the parks with members of the Dizz team throughout that week to celebrate our 20th anniversary of being online, which is actually June 1st. We'll be doing a silent auction throughout the week to raise money for Give Kids the World. A lot of fun stuff coming up. But the big one, the big event, June 1st, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. at Epcot. We have rented out Journey into Imagination. We have rented out Seas with Nemo and Friends. We have rented out Test Track. And we have rented out Soarin'. We are also going to have a special, exclusive concert by the one and only Disney legend Jodie Benson, the voice of The Little Mermaid. And to top it all off, we have a private showing of Illuminations. It's going to be an amazing night. You're not going to want to miss it. We will make sure to include links to where you can get more information and sign up to join us on the Daily Fix main page at www.info.com/dailyfix. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about some of these news stories. First of all, there is a rumor now, and this is a solid rumor, that free dining is going to drop on April 24th. Again, rumor, but so far, these have proven to be pretty accurate. Minimum of 4 nights, maximum of 14 with Park Hopper or Park Hopper Plus add-ons. Check-in dates. So the dates of that this will be effective August 13th through September 30th. November 14th through the 20th, November 25th through the 27th, and December 3rd through the 23rd. Now, those are your check-in dates. So if you check in, let's say, on November 27th, and you have at least a 4-night or a maximum of 14-night reservation, you will get the free dining for the length of your stay. It is appearing, and we don't know this for sure, but it does appear right now, that value and moderate resorts will get the quick service dining plan, and the full service, the regular dining plan, will only be for the deluxe resorts. Again, this is a rumor. We don't know for sure. We won't know until Disney actually releases it. But this is what they are saying. So if you are one of those people anxiously awaiting free dining, April 24th looks to be the date, and that looks to be the information. We will correct that, of course, as we have to, but April 24th, folks. All right, now, moving on to another story. Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Imagineering had some exciting new information for the upcoming expansion of both the Disneyland Park and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Of course, I'm talking about Star Wars Land. They made this announcement during a panel, these announcements during a panel at Star Wars Celebration, which just took place this last weekend, which I understand was a crap show. How poorly it was organized. But the guys were there. They seemed to have a good time, so there's that. We have a video up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DizzUnplugged, where you can see the entire panel and get all the information. But basically, they're just releasing, what the theme of this is going to be, that the location was once a major trade port, but with the advancement of hyperspace travel, the village is now largely passed by. Because of this, it is now a great nesting ground for those looking for less attention, like smugglers, rogue traders, and adventurers traveling between the frontier and uncharted space. There's a lot of discussion about that. Of course, a lot of excitement about that. If you want to see the whole panel, youtube.com/DizzUnplugged. You can see all our coverage from this past weekend's Star Wars Celebration. The final news story is one that I'm kind of surprised by, because this rumor's been floating around for a little while, that Apple might buy Disney. Apple might buy Disney. And when I first heard the rumor, I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous. But apparently it's not. Analysts for RCB Capital Markets, an investment house, in discussing things with clients, is saying that it is not far-fetched, that Apple could find the capital necessary for a takeover. They estimate the purchase would need to be a staggering $237 billion. Now, Apple is cash rich. They sit on a ton of cash. And recently, and this is kind of what sparked the speculation. Apple's chief executive officer, Tim Cook, said last fall that the company was, quote, open to acquisitions of any size. Now, it's been rumored that Disney would buy Netflix, which a lot of analysts thought was a bad idea. But Apple is needing to expand. Apple is needing to get into the content business because you pay attention to the news, the financial reports, iPhone sales, iPad sales, computer sales, they're starting to fall flat. They're not showing the kind of numbers they used to show. They're going to have to do something big to remain relevant and keep their growth going. So this would be big. Not many companies could afford $237 billion to acquire Disney. Apple can. But the article also goes on to describe that a combination of Apple and Disney would make, and it could make, an amazing competitor to Netflix. So while I was quick to dismiss the possibilities of this rumor, after reading this article, I'm not so quick to dismiss it anymore. So go check it out. This was a great article written by our own Charles Boda, and he really lays it out in a way that doesn't make me glaze over with financial information. So that's over on the Dizz. Again, links to that in the Daily Fix, on the Daily Fix main page, www.info.com/dailyfix. Now, over on the Dizz today, our featured article is by Dave Hilton, and he has listed the top 3 deluxe resorts for families with small children. I will not spoil it and tell you what this article is about. Over on the boards today, on our Theme Parks, Attractions, and Strategies board, poster XCMBO has started a thread entitled, "It's So Crowded, Dealing with It with Humor." She shares how her family deals with the crowds during peak times of the year at Disney World, and plenty of others are jumping in with their tips on it as well. So if you want some fun, interesting tips on how to deal with crowds at Disney World, this is a great place to go. That's over on the Theme Parks, Attractions, and Strategies forum at DizzBoards.com. On DizzUnplugged.com today, you'll find the latest episode of the Dreams Unlimited Travel Podcast. Today, the Dream Team talks about tips for first-time cruisers. And also today on DizzUnplugged.com, you will find the latest edition of the Disneyland episode of the Dizz Unplugged with host Tom Bell and his team. And this week, listener Lori returns with a trip report from her recent trip. And finally, in the weather, if you're heading into the parks in Orlando tomorrow, you can expect partly sunny skies with a high of 88 and a low of 63. Out in California, partly sunny skies with a high of 74 and a low of 56. You can find links to all these stories and more on the Daily Fix main page at wdwinfo.com/dailyfix. And I managed to get that in there 3 times. That'll do it for me today. Join us again tomorrow for the next installment of the Dizz Daily Fix. Have a great day, everyone.